Zooming In is brought to you by Under Armour Performance Apparel.
That big 6x6 whitetail I arrowed in Illinois a few years back came at the tail end of what had been a very challenging hunt. Big buck activity at the beginning of the hunt had been unbelievable, but then things quickly went south. The bigger bucks hooked up with hot does and pretty much quit moving during daylight hours. We were down to the last day of our hunt before we once again noticed some daytime big buck activity. The previous day, Mike and I had placed our stands in a huge trunked oak tree located right about here on this brushy fence line. And as you saw, I also placed Carry Light buck decoys on either side of the brush line. We'd seen a couple giant bucks in the vicinity the previous day. It was our hope that one of these bucks would show up, spot one of the decoys, and then walk within bow range. This satellite view of the area clearly shows how the fence line where we were set up neatly dissects the vast expanse of open cropland. You can also see that the area is relatively remote, which almost always is conducive to a greater amount of daytime buck activity. We were literally down to just a few minutes of hunting time when I saw the big 6x6 trot out of a patch of CRP grass right about here. The buck then broke into a run and was right about here when I used my True Talker grunt call. He spotted the decoy and immediately started heading our way along this route. I let him get right about here before taking the shot. Judging by his emaciated condition, it was apparent the big Illinois whitetail had been a very active participant during the first couple weeks of the rut. And considering his aggressive behavior toward the decoy, he wasn't ready to call it quits quite yet. Hey, make sure you tune in next week. I don't know where on earth we'll be zooming in, but I do know that you'll find it informative. We'll see you here.
Zooming In has been brought to you by Under Armour Performance